Given my love of comics, you might think that I probably go to San Diego Comic-Con every single year. But the truth is that I've only been to it a few times in my lifetime, and the last time I went was so long ago that I was actually able to drive to San Diego and purchase a Comic-Con pass the day of and attend. Those of you who know anything about Comic-Con know that that has not been possible for many decades. But on one of these few visits, I attended a very special advanced screening of the new, yet to be broadcast, Batman the Animated Series. The episode we all watched was The Cat and the Claw, Part 1, the first episode featuring Catwoman. After a short, less than 30-minute screening, I have to say I was completely floored and absolutely thrilled. TV animation was still in such a wretched state at this time. So I was both amazed and gratified to see animation for TV look so distinctive and unlike anything I had ever seen before. But another aspect about this screening that really amazed me was just how naturalistic all the voice acting was. For decades, it seemed that most all TV animation for kids featured the same rotating cast of stock voice actors. And even as a kid, I found it tiresome to hear the same voices over and over again on every single daytime and Saturday morning cartoon series being cranked out by the networks. Unlike most animation for TV at the time, the producers of Batman the Animated Series hired actors who worked outside of the animation and voice acting industry. And it was this decision that led them to actor Kevin Conroy, an actor primarily known for his stage work. In an interview, he stated that he walked into the audition pretty much blind, his only pre-existing knowledge of the character being the campy 60s TV series. He described being given a brief rundown on the character's origin and the darker, grittier tone that they wanted to go for, and that he reached deep down into himself, into this very dark place, and out came the voice. And what a voice it was. I remember sitting at that Comic-Con screening, and during that short presentation, there was so much to take in. But high up on that list was the fact that for the first time, I didn't think I was hearing a voice actor playing the part of Batman. And that instead, I was hearing Batman. Of course I wasn't, but that's just how real it came off. When we think of Kevin Conroy's portrayal of the character, I think what comes to mind first for most of us is the hard, gravelly, and intimidating voice that he gave the character. But there was so much more to it than that. So many times during his tenure on the character that he would add these multiple layers of emotional nuance to the role, just using his voice. In the years that would follow Batman the Animated Series, he would portray the character in other animated TV shows, DC animated films, and video games. And since that time, it has been impossible for me to read a Batman comic and not hear his voice in my head. In an audio commentary track, Bruce Timm, one of the showrunners and co-creator of Batman the Animated Series, once stated very simply, "Kevin is Batman." And quite frankly, that's how I feel about him too. He is Batman. And I firmly believe that his performance has influenced every other actor who has ever taken on the role in both live action and animation. Now, in this video, I have mentioned a lot about his association with the Batman character because how could I not? But there is so much more to the man. And I would strongly recommend that you watch the episode of the Inside of You podcast, where he discusses his life and his work with host Michael Rosenbaum on YouTube. By the way, I have absolutely no connection with this YouTube channel. I just think it's a very compelling and enlightening interview. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. For myself and for millions around the world, you will always be Batman.